So I am going to be talking to you about the library. So the library is a big space, as you can see. It is not only a place that is filled with books, but there's a lot that you might find interesting, and of course that will be useful for you as you journey on with your research. So I am going to focus on the top 10 things that you will need to know. But as Prof. Teske mentioned, as you are embarking on this new journey, you might need to let go of your friends. And how about you make the librarians your friends, okay? So so that is the one thing. We want to be your friends. Please do not sort of let go of us, because we will help you to reach your destination in time. Okay. So I just want to talk about how you access the library. So the library is fully online. As in the resources that are available for you are available online, and of course it is from the website of the university. That is the direct URL there. But if you are on the university's website, then there's a tab for the library. So like I said, we have a wide variety of resources that are available to support you. And I will be talking about them as I proceed with my presentation. So the number one thing that you need to know is that there's massive librarian support in the library. So I am one of the librarians, and my colleague Pavlinka Kovacheva. Pavlinka, can you just wave? She is the science librarian, and we are here to support you and to introduce you to the different services that you might need to know of. So I'm the faculty librarian, but in addition to the faculty librarians, there's what we call information librarians. So each faculty has faculty or information librarians that are responsible for the students within that faculty. And they offer one-on-one consultations. So the consultations are, of course, around your specific research issues regarding finding literature or how to use Mendeley or RefWorks, right? Any other thing that you might be struggling with at that point related to the library. And if often we work with other stakeholders like the Postgraduate School, StatCon, and we will be able to refer you to those divisions if there is a need for us to do that. And lastly, we also offer group training, because we know that you are not always on campus. So if you are available to come for our group trainings, we would like you to do that. We always communicate way in advance. We communicate via the postgraduate community module that Pia Lambetti was talking about earlier on. So if you are on that module, you will be able to receive the invites for the workshops that we offer. The number two thing is theses and dissertations, and I'm not sure if I should be speaking about theses and dissertations after Prof. Teske's comments, but I will go. I have a different approach to this. I am just focusing on how useful they are, right? Not how well used they are or how well used they are not. So they are useful for you because they are the important source of information for identifying current research, especially if you are in the beginning of your journey. You need to know what else has been done so that there's no duplication, isn't it? Also, you need to sort of have an idea about the structure, how these theses and dissertations are structured. That is something that students ask us a lot. I don't know how to structure this. So the good point to start off from is having a look at theses and dissertations within your subject field, okay? They give you ideas around what you are working towards. They help you with the right methodological approach. If somebody has done something similar to what you're doing, you could look at the approach that they took. So I think that they are actually quite useful. So, and we have moved away from the days where they are dust gatherers for the library, because they are available online, actually. We don't have lots of shelves with theses and dissertations, okay? We have what we call the institutional repository. It is available on our library website, as you can see where the arrow is pointing. So every resource that is available that you might need is under library resources on our most of them under library resources. Then talking about the sources that you might need for conducting your research, you do know that the library is a place filled with books, but gone are the days where, again, we only use print books. The library has a huge collection of electronic books. And I think this is of great advantage for you because you are not always here. So you do not have to drive all the way from Pretoria to come here. So you can easily go onto our library catalog, download the entire book for offline use, download a chapter that you might need. Even for the articles or the journals that Prof. Teske was talking about, we also have them online, although we still have some on our shelves as well, the same as books. We also have trade publications, that is publications that are specific to your discipline. These are available online. We have magazines, like what Prof was saying. Sometimes, you are going through what you are going through. Maybe you have just had a meeting with your supervisor and you did not really like the comments and you are heartbroken. Perhaps it will not be a bad thing for you to check our magazines, which are also available online, or to read our novels also, which are also available online. So we have a wide variety of magazines and novels for leisure reading as well, which is something that you might want to sort of do when you want to break away from your busy schedules. We also have newspapers, okay? Now, I mentioned that we have faculty and information librarians, and these librarians have created what we call Lib Guides. So this is an effort or a great initiative for that the librarians did. So what they have done is, for each faculty, right, they have linked you to the different databases. So within the databases, you will find journals. So that you don't get lost on the website. So the Lib Guides are specific to a faculty. So this is the faculty of the Lib Guide of the College of Business Education. And as you can see, you will find relevant databases or journals to use. You will find information on referencing and citation. You will find research management tools and things like that, new books. So every faculty will have what is called a Lib Guide. And I recommend that you start by having a look at the Lib Guide, because this will sort of direct you or steer you towards the right direction as you journey on with your research. Prof was talking about, and the gentleman at the back, tools for organizing and managing your references, and they both highlighted on how important it is. So we subscribe to a tool called RefWorks, as my colleague has mentioned, but we also offer training, whether it's individual training, one-on-one consultation, or group trainings on Mendeley, okay? So because of the nature of the postgraduate student, we know that they are not always able to come to campus. So last year we had a few online sessions for training. So we used a software called Zoom. So we send you a link, and then you can connect via audio, and we share our slides or our screen with you. So you just watch what we're doing. That's part of the training. But then there's a function where you can ask us questions, either through your microphone or through the chat option. So that worked very well, and I would like to encourage you to look out for those sessions that we will be advertising soon for the month of March. And what is really nice about our databases, this is where you find the journals. If you already know what your topic is, say your topic is approved and you are ready to begin your research, you can actually create what we call alerts on our databases. So you use certain keywords based on what your topic is to set up this alert. So then what happens is a database, for example, this is from a database called EBSCOhost, which is a multidisciplinary database. And one of the popular multidisciplinary database is Science Direct. So you can create an alert, and this simply means that every time there's an article related to the topic you're working on, you will get an email notification with the link to the article. So this is the one way of keeping track of new developments in your research area. Does that make sense? Okay, and Prof. Dr. David spoke about tools for analyzing your research data in the morning. All I want to say here is that we have PCs in a dedicated space for postgraduates. It's called the Research Commons. It is down on level 2 of the library, of this library, and each library has the space. So the workstations or the computers that are in these spaces have statistical packages such as SPSS and Atlas TI. And also the computers in our training rooms. This is where Dr. Davies' unit will be giving trainings. The computers there also have the software. It is also good for you to know that we have what we call intercampus and interlibrary loans. Again, because we have 4 campuses, so if there is a book that you would like to use from another campus, say from the DFC or the Soweto campus, or even APB, Bunting Road, you do not have to go all the way there. You just let us know, or you complete a request online, actually, if you are at home. And we will get that book from that campus. If it's Soweto, we bring it here and you come and collect here. So when you return it, you can return it to any campus as well. Okay. And our books or our book collection is searchable from the UJ Library catalog, and our journal collection is searchable from the databases. Now, just to support or to emphasize what I have been saying, we have workshops that we offer, and those are some of the topics for this year. So Library 101 is actually very good for the beginning of the year. Either you are new to the library or to the university, or you've had a break in your studies and now everything has changed. So, and in these sessions, we will talk about everything that I mentioned today. Actually, we will go hands on. We sit in the training room and you do the exercises or the activities that we will give you, and we will also be having an online session as well. So please look out for the invites. We also have a session, I think, which is really good, exploring the library resources you will need for your literature review. Prof just spoke about literature reviews earlier on. We give trainings on using the library databases and then showing you how to put what you have found onto the reference management software like RefWorks and Mendeley. So RefWorks does not just generate a bibliography or insert citations for you. Okay, let's just get that. You need to feed it, but how you feed it? So it's you can create folders and you store what you are going to use and you cite from your folders. So you need to find what to put in there first before you can cite or before you can create your reference lists. Interestingly enough, we also offer workshops on how to get published. I think a big part of Prof's presentation was on publishing and on open access, and also on research impact and analysis, impact factors and predatory journals, academic integrity, and I've already said publishing. Of course, a library would not be a library if we do not allow you to take out books. So in instances where there is a print book, you are allowed, of course, to take out books, and those are the categories. Postdoctoral students, it's 30 items for 60 days, and masters is 16 items for 30 days. Okay, and prospective students is 8 items for 14 days. And about ebooks, of course, the advantage here is that you do not have to take it out, but you can download it. So you can download the entire book, and for offline use, it stays on your machine for up to 14 days. Once the 14 days it's over, the book just disappears. So so it's checked in back to the library. So do you want to add something? Yeah, some books. For some books, you can do chapter downloads, or it's all up to you. You can do online reading as well. Okay, so like my colleague is saying, it's not all books, but a big chunk of our books are in electronic format. And if you struggle with downloading ebooks, there's a Lib Guide again for downloading ebooks. So just to conclude, I would just like to make an announcement about the new and upcoming developments around in the library. So we have a postgraduate library support module. Pia mentioned in her presentation in the morning that for the postgraduate community module, you need to go, similar to the library one, you need to go onto ULink or the student portal. You will find under organizations, the module will be listed there, and it should be easy enough for you to enroll yourself to the module. Why must you enroll yourself to the module? Because you need to know what is happening in the library, upcoming trainings, and also it's a way for you to keep in touch with us. We have recently launched a chat bot, and that is an icon. That is his name. We've called him Botha. And actually, a student gave him that name. Botsa is a Setswana word for ask. So it's Botsa, but what is nice about it is that it also reads as bot SA. So this icon, once you are on our library's website, you will see that the icon pops out at the bottom corner. So you can sort of ask us anything there, and the bot will introduce himself and ask you, is there anything that I can help you with? Because he is still growing, he is not able to answer everything at the moment. So the more you ask him questions, the more he will take the lessons. So if there will be instances where he says, I cannot answer your question, but let me refer you to the person. So there will be that, okay? And then this is how we feed the bot as well in the background. So he has answers, okay? And then we also have a library app that is going to be launched now in March. So again, the purpose of the library app would be for you to be able to search the library from the palm of your hand, and also to be aware of the events that are, or trainings that are happening in the library. So look out for that. We will put that up on the library support module. And then we also have what is called the research data repository. This is something that is new, and this is because of how the research landscape is changing, or is advancing. So we know that traditionally your research output is either your thesis, your paper, your book, that is it. But now there's another element to it, research data. So the data that you gathered when you did either your interviews or where you were working in the lab and all of that, we can make that available for you. And why is that? That is another way of making yourself visible and also having impact and helping other scholars in your field as well. And it's all in the name of the open access movement, making information readily available. So if you have done some research and you have data sets, I have access to that. I already know how far you have come, right? So it just makes the research process a little bit easier for everyone, right? And we also have what we call the UJ Library Research Navigator. It's going to be launched in March as well. This is an interactive wheel that will highlight every support service from the library that is available for you throughout the research process, from idea development to you writing a paper or publishing a book. Okay. I will share these slides with you because we have an attendance register. But those are the faculty librarians and for the respective faculties, and I encourage you to be in touch with them.